Hi guys, Kaz Grant here. So in today's episode of my YouTube videos, I am talking to you about why is personal branding so important in 2024 and beyond. But before I delve into this subject, I said last week that I've got a very exciting announcement to make, and you may have seen it already on my channel, depending on how these videos come out. I'm not very well organized and planned it months in advance, so this is very last minute. But we have started a podcast. I never thought I'd be a podcaster. But anyway, so we now have a podcast called Brand You, and it is the ultimate personal branding podcast. So I have teamed up with the incredible Toby from Headshot Toby. So he is a local headshot photographer and brand photographer. So he really works to bring out kind of the essence of people through his imagery. So he can take headshots, but he can also do branded photography in different locations and settings as well. And he does lots of other photography. He's brilliant. So he's coming to it from a completely different perspective to me. I'm coming to personal branding from the perspective of we are a personal branding agency and we're helping to get people set up online to start personal branding and to help ignite their personal branding to new levels. He is helping to make the imagery that you share with the world absolutely incredible and get your brand and your personal brand across through the images that are shared and how you're portrayed in those images. So it is very exciting. So the podcast is out. We're going to be dropping an episode every week. So alongside these videos that I'm doing through YouTube, there'll also be the Brand You Ultimate Podcast in personal branding that will be out there as well. So every single week you will be getting so much help to start your own personal brands. And why do we want to do this? Well, Quirq, for ourselves, we want to do this because we want to empower everybody to personal brand. We want to empower everybody to step into the online spotlight. And myself, because I have been personally branding for the last 6 years, maybe even longer, depending on when you're watching this video, I have seen the benefits firsthand, and I've only seen the tip of the iceberg in personal branding benefits as well, because I know that throughout my personal branding journey there will be so many more, but I have seen them firsthand, how it has helped me and the opportunities that it's given me. And guys, if you are not showing up online in 2024, you might as well be invisible. You're gonna get no opportunities your way, or very limited opportunities your way, if you're not showing up online. Because yes, you might meet people in person and that's great, but you can only meet a certain amount of people in person before you can't be everywhere. You can't be everywhere. You can't be at every event. You can't be in everybody's front rooms. Like, you have limitations to in person, how many people you can impact, the messaging that you can get out to the world, how people can grow to know, like, and trust you is very limited with just being face to face and in person. You can only impact so many people. Only so many people can see you. But actually, when you start personally branding, you start putting yourself out there online, the potential that unlimited amount of people could be sat in their front rooms scrolling on their devices, seeing your face pop up with your messaging. I mean, just imagine for a second the possibilities and the opportunities and the doors that could open for you. Whether you want to be an influencer, an entrepreneur, a business owner, or a celebrity or whatever, like, take away all of those things. If you are just a normal person who has a 9-to-5 job or whatever, even for you, there are so many opportunities available, and you can't even imagine the doors that will open for your life. So yes, of course, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're an influencer, putting yourself out there online, you've got to do those things, because nobody's going to invest in you. Nobody's going to buy your product or your services. Nobody's going to support you along your journey of business. Nobody's going to collaborate with you unless you are putting yourself online and making connections with other humans as you do that, and offering value to the world as well. So nobody's going to do that. But the traditional, the normal everyday person, I mean, what are you missing out on? What connections are you missing out on? What opportunities? If we even like narrow it down to like, what friendships are you missing out on? Are you sat at home? Are you really, really lonely right now? Is it hard to meet people of your age? Get online, start personally branding. You will make loads of friends. If it's a partner that you're wanting to attract, maybe you're single, maybe you're wanting to attract a partner. Like the amount of people that message me, and that's not big-headed, I'm not trying to put that out there, but like the amount of people that message me because they want to take me out on a date or something like that, because I share who I am and they get to know me online, actually blows my mind a little bit. I don't need to be on dating apps, they come to me. And again, like, you know, when I get married again, if I get married again, if I'm in a partnership, whatever personal circumstances I'm in, maybe I want to, maybe I don't, I can make it very clear that I don't, or I can make it very clear that I am single and yeah, looking for a potential partner. Also, like for myself, I was made redundant. Last year, I was made redundant like that. And it wasn't a massive redundancy package, whole support system paid up. Here's like, have 6 months, find out what you want to do in life, and then blah, 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 blah. It was redundant like that. And I had to fight for a little bit of money from that to support myself going forward. So, you know, what opportunities are you missing out on if you suddenly, your work is no longer there? If people have seen you online, if you've put across your skills and your values as an employee, if you have a personal brand that is thriving, another company, another job opportunity, another business that comes out of nowhere is going to snap you up above your competition. And your competition might be the invisible ones. You know, if you're made redundant like that, you're not visible online. You've not got anything that you're putting out there, no personal brand. People don't know that you're there. They don't know to contact you. They don't know that you need a job. You're the one on the back foot. You're the one going on Indeed.com and trying to search and hunt for them. You're applying. You might be applying against people who have thriving personal brands, who know what they stand for, who have their LinkedIn all up to date and look amazing. You're going against someone like that. The first thing an employee will do when they are looking at people who they want to get into their business is they will search online for them. What are all your social media channels saying about you, if you've got any? Are they saying, employ me, I would be the best thing ever for your business? Or are they saying, I bitch and moan on the internet on a Friday afternoon, I'd be an absolute nightmare? Or, I'm invisible, I don't even exist, don't even give me an opportunity, I'm not there. You know, it's things like that. I have been able to start a thriving women's golf community. So I got divorced a couple of years ago. The reason that I got into golf was because I was playing golf with my husband. It was a nice thing to do together. We then got divorced. I then had nobody to play golf with. Wasn't a member of a club. I'm not retired yet. I don't play golf midweek. You know, it was really hard to make other connections with other golf women. So I put a post on my social media saying how uncomfortable it was going to the driving range today because I'm now on my own and, you know, I don't have many golf friends. And the golf centre contacted me and was like, we need to change this. What can we do? Like, what can we create that makes it better and easier for women like yourself who might not have those golf connections yet to make other golf connections? And we started a golf community and a golf group. We called the Swinging Birdies. I didn't come up with that name, but I think it's genius. I now have people to play golf with whenever I want. And that, I feel like I'm part of a community. I've got friendships. I'm part of a community. Like, I have a hobby of my own. I have something to do. Like, as a woman, I know that is super important. When you've gone through a divorce, you might not know what you like, what you enjoy. It might be scary. You might have completely lost parts of yourself. Well, actually having a personal brand and being online helped me through that divorce because I could talk about it and actually other people knew that I needed help or that I needed connections with other people or that I needed this golf group to happen for me to continue my golfing journey. Like, again, opportunity. I think when we're thinking about personal branding, we're thinking about opportunities. We're thinking of Stephen Bartlett and we're thinking about opportunities like Dragon's Den and opportunities for these huge big business people or influencers. It doesn't have to be just those opportunities and those big things in the world. It can be the smallest thing. The smallest thing, like a friendship with another person, like that support system there when you need it, because there's an online community that you fit into, that because you're online, you're invited into and you're welcomed into, and again, you share value within it. Like, it's absolutely crazy, the opportunities that are out there. And also for collaborations and things. Like, I would never have started my own podcast, but when Toby had the idea of a podcast, I was like, oh my God, that would be amazing. And it's that little bit less scary because I can do it with him. And we have these total opposite skills that just complement each other with a podcast so much. We're not creating a podcast that doesn't look professional or anything, because he has the most amazing photography skills and the cameras and the setups and the lighting. Our videos are going to look amazing. The wording that we're using to go with it all is going to be amazing, because that's my thing. I can do the wording and the social media posts, so our community group's going to be thriving. Doing it on our own is hard, but doing it together is that little bit easier. What collaborations might you make and meet in the world? What things will that bring you as you go along your life journey? So it's thinking about different things in a different way. And I was having a conversation with someone last night as well who didn't quite. So I go to a running club every single Wednesday. We go to a running club. It's a social running club. So the whole idea is to talk while you're running. And we run really slow because of that. It's brilliant. So I was chatting next to a girl who I just met at this run club. Obviously, what's your name? What did you do? She explained. And then I explained mine in return. And she was like, oh, that's really interesting. I'm not really online that much. Or I've got a little bit of an online presence, but not that much. And I started chatting to her and I said, well, do you need to, at the moment, I was just asking questions like, do you need to attract clients to you with what you do? She's like, no, well, they come through the brand, so I don't now. But eventually I'm going to be going into this. And then I will need to be attracting clients. So maybe I'll think about personal branding then. And I was like, ooh, start building it now. So do it on your own if you want to. Like, you don't have to have an agency or anything. I know it's an investment. I know it's like a commitment. Do it on your own now and start building it now. Start sharing bits about yourself. Start sharing bits about your work environment, your passions, why you got into it. Start sharing all of that now, building up your audience now, putting your face out there now. Then when it comes to that point where you have changed roles and you need to start attracting clients to you, you will already have a great personal brand that you can then tap into the audience of. You don't want a personal brand when you need it. You want to start a personal brand before you need it. And guys, we never know when we're going to need something. So I wasn't in my last role thinking, oh, I'm glad I'm building a personal brand just in case I get made redundant. I didn't know that I was going to get made redundant. I wasn't creating a personal brand before I got divorced thinking, guys, I'm going to create a personal brand before I get divorced, because when I get divorced, I'm going to want some girlfriends. I was doing those things anyway. I was building my presence. I was building the connections and the circles online. People were recognizing me. They were knowing me. Then when impact happened and I needed it, I could use those connections and ask questions and get feedback from people and get support from people and get the things that I needed in return, because I'd created a personal brand, because I'd given them value over time. And I will continue to give them value, and it will be a win-win thing. It's not just, you're not just creating a personal brand because you want something in return. You create a personal brand to add value to this world through everything that you've learned in your life so far. We talked about it last week in the content, like some ideas for content to create. Right, there are ideas out there and you have so much content within you because of the life you've lived. You know so much more than you did 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. So the version of you 5 years ago that is now living that life there, what information you have within you now could potentially help them, could make them live a better life, could inspire them, could, encourage them to be more, do more, have more, whatever it is to you. So start a personal brand before you need one, if you can. If you've got to that point where you're like, I've created this empire and I need one now, you've probably got the funding. Go and speak to an agency like Quirq, because we're here to help you personally brand. That's what we do. So you might not have the time, you might not know how to do it, you might not have the strategy, you might not have the confidence to go and do it. If you have the money to put into an agency, go and get them to do it for you. You can then, work on your zone of genius, do what you're doing, feed into your empire and keep doing that. We'll do your branding alongside of it, and then you'll get more opportunities for both. Boom. Ta-da! Anyway, guys, that concludes my video for this week. Keep watching, because again, there's going to be twice as much content now on my YouTube feed. So the Brand You podcast, is that new? I nearly forgot it. The Brand You podcast will be coming out very, very soon. I think by this point I've probably only shared a teaser to it. So episode 1 will be coming out soon. So I'll also be sharing that on my YouTube channel as well. So you'll be getting 2 lots of personal branding information and goodies every single week. And some of it might align. So I'm going to try and stick to certain themes each week, but I might just delve into them a little bit more. So if we talked about something in the YouTube video, I might delve into it more in the podcast and vice versa. So we'll be bringing you lots more personal branding information very, very soon. So have the most amazing rest of your days, guys, and keep watching and subscribe to my channel so you get the latest videos as they drop. Let's go on this personal branding journey together. You don't have to do it alone. Even if you don't work with an agency, but you want to do it on your own, we can be in it together. You can create your own one, and I will be here to support you doing that, because I want to empower everybody to create an online presence in 2024 and beyond. I don't want you to be invisible. There's no need for it. You are amazing. You are good enough. You have value to share with this world. You are actually awesome, even if you don't think you are. You look amazing, even if you don't think you are. You are. You can do this. Anyway, everyone, have a great evening. Bye.